Dude, my first off right here, my favorite part about the podcast is the intro. The intro's always dialed. Like, no matter who it is, the hype for the intro is so sick.
Dude,
I love it.
Appreciate that, bro. We gotta get into it right away, man.
Mm-hmm. So when did you come up with the spin the globe, that whole entire process?
Sure.
Like,
That's a cool story. So that one, the very first episode of that, which was the song Violet that I have with Killa, the guy from Zambia, that song Graham and I were working on for Fast and the Furious 10. And so the music director for that had reached out to us and said, we want Connor to make a song for this like bank heist sequence. And so that's why during Violet we have like the beat switches and like the Euro like whatever moment, and because we were trying to match it to a scene.
wow.
Yeah. And then we were...
Makes sense.
That's awesome.
Yeah, once you listen to it now and you kind of see that, you're like, oh yeah, this would be great for like a movie, you know, like a movie scene. And that's how we were making it.
Yeah.
And even just the pacing of my raps on that, it was very much purposely done for like a potential sync opportunity for Fast and the Furious. And then we got through the process where I finished the chorus and the verse, and they were like, sorry, we're going a different way. And I was like, oh man. Well, now I have this half-finished song that they're not going to use for Fast and Furious. What do we do with it? And at that point, I had connected recently with this artist from Zambia named Killa, who was just this rapper that I really liked and my wife was really impressed by. And it was sort of one of those things like, it would be awesome to do a song with you at some point.
Yeah.
And so now we had this song that was half done, and I was like, do I put a second verse on it and release it, or do we try to get someone else? And then it was Brianna's idea, my wife Brianna. She was like, why don't we get Killa on this? Like his flow, his style would sound amazing on this. And I was like, oh, you're right. So we sent it to him. He sent his verse back. He crushed it. And so now we're sitting with the song, and we're trying to brainstorm ways to promote this. Like, what's the content angle here? Mm-hmm. And my wife was the one who was like, I think we should center around the fact that, like, you're from Canada, he's from Zambia. She's like, what if, and really on the spot, she's like, what if we have a globe and we spin it and you, like, land on his country and you're like, I'm going to find it. And it was all her idea. She gave me the idea, and then I scripted it in my head. I was trying to approach it kind of like a Mr. Beast style video where I noticed off the bat, he always just immediately says what the video is. He's like, today we're going to da-da-da. So I was just like, I'm going to spin this globe wherever my finger lands. And then I had, you know, the one word at a time pop up on the screen. And it was a piece of content. It was a style I hadn't tried before. And the first one, like, it just went nuts, like overnight. I think we woke up, it was at like 3 million views. End of the day, 7 million. Next day, 10 million. It was just like, just kept going and going.
Back to when you were with Flair, what were some of your favorite moments or videos that you've got to film?
I'm gonna say definitely went to the Amazon, and we lived on a houseboat for a week or so.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, we were in the Amazon on like the Amazon rainforest, you know, and we were doing fishing for peacock bass.
Oh yeah,
and it was probably the coolest thing I've done. It was probably my favorite thing that I've done with him. That trip was cool too because like, it wasn't just me and Andrew. Like back in the day, the owner of like Favorite Rods was there. I don't know if you remember Favorite Rods.
Yep.
And then Jiggin' with Jordan was there, Yappy Twan, and Deal Mighty. So they were the dragons, the water dragons we called them. I don't know if you know them, but they have big YouTube channels as well. They do like diving stuff. So like they were like diving in the freaking river with piranhas and stuff. And I'm like,
oh my gosh.
I'm like, you know, I'll stick on the boat fishing for the peacock.
Is that
bass.
where they find the treasure or whatever, those guys?
Yeah, they find like guns and stuff.
Yeah,
and
wow.
Yeah, they really hope to find something crazy because like the videos go viral.
Right.
You know? So it worked out for them. But that was probably the coolest trip that I've done was the Amazon.
What is the craziest thing a fan has ever said or done to you?
Oh,
Or
goodness.
have you had any experiences like that?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't say this one, but I was just on. We did this. There's just like they call it a Bucks cruise. It's just we went on a cruise out of Miami to the Bahamas to Key West, and just a bunch of Bucks fans go on it. And we went on it, and one of the nights there was some guy who wanted to put his finger in the little gap in my mouth. And
Really?
I'm like, no, dude, like, I'm not going to let you do that.
That's interesting. That is very
A couple
interesting.
beers later, I might have said, yeah, dude, yeah, absolutely, go ahead. So he did it, took a picture of it, and I'm like, all my buddies are like, dude, why would you let him do that? I'm like, I don't know, it's kind of a funny story. Now I can sit here and tell something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably not the most sanitary thing in the world.
How did you lose your front teeth?
I lost him in a 7th grade basketball. Actually, here in Wyndmere, we were playing in the JV or the junior high conference tournament, and just I was diving for a loose ball and ran into one of my teammates who was also going for a loose ball and just teeth kind of they're all sitting all loose in there and went to the ER and they pulled them out and never really took the steps to get them fixed, I guess.
Do you feel a pressure though with being known as the best in the world at the, do you feel a pressure that you have to win every time? And like if you place second or third that it's like sad or like it's hard for you because there's so much pressure?
Yeah, definitely. So my first year competing in pro, the nerves didn't hit as hard because I was like, oh, I'm the underdog, doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And then won everything that year. So in 2021, like the year after, there's definitely a little more pressure like coming in, being like the previous world champ.
Yeah.
That you got to win and stuff. And then even if I got second or third, I'd be pretty bummed just because I knew I could win everything. So, yeah, there's definitely just the nerves before the competing was definitely got you.
I got a really tough question for you.
Uh-oh.
Was it 300? 300 plus
Yep.
wins.
Yep.
Well, are there one or two that stick out to you that are like your favorite?
So the first one is always going to stick out to me. You know what I mean? There's obviously that first one is where it all started, and I think it's probably the one that you got that feeling you've never had before. I honestly don't remember 100 or 200. I guess pretty surreal to think that there's 300 there, but I do remember 300 quite well. We were in Iowa, and it kind of been coming. We knew it was going to come sooner, but we weren't running all that great. I was just glad my family could be there for it. So, those things stick out, but honestly, it's the mentality you have to have. You try not to dwell on one night's success. If you win or lose, you got to let it go. You know what I mean? And you try to not grandstand or do things. You try to celebrate with the fans that are there for a moment, and then kind of move on from it. But yeah, there's been a lot of memorable ones. There's been a lot of races that we've won them from way in the back, which I think is more meaningful sometimes than winning something off the front row. But that's just part of it. So, we've won at a lot of cool places, have a lot of good stats at, places like Las Vegas used to be a place we'd go, and it was like Knoxville. We were going to run first or second. So there's a lot of neat places across the country that nowadays, when we go to a place I haven't won, it's what the announcer talks about every night. One of the 3 or 4 or 5 tracks that I haven't won at, and if I haven't won at them already, then there's probably a good chance I'm never going to. But it is what it is. So, there's so many memories. All good. I hate to say that anything but that first one is probably going to be the most memorable for me for always.
Well, thank you for doing that.
What is this?
We got a little something for you.
What is this?
Got a little present.
I can't even take it. Oh!
He knows what it is.
Open it up. Freeze-dried candy?
No,
bro,
he doesn't
no.
know what he is.
Open it. Oh, Cheetos. Cheetos. Oh, man.
No, we got another one.
Makes him
We
pull
got
out.
another one. Don't worry.
Bring it over,
We got a
Nixon.
better
Dude,
one.
I don't even I know Evan loves Cheetos. He's always eating a bag of these things. I hate them.
Here's the real.
Here's the real present.
Pass those off to Evan then. Open that bad boy
Oh,
up.
who wrapped this bad boy?
Dude, I did. There's a lot. It's bad.
Oh.
Do you have any idea what it is?
No, but it's super heavy.
Just play the Jeopardy in the background. There we go.
Come on, boys. What? Bro, that is so sick.
Let's go.
Dude.
100,000 followers on Instagram.
You guys,
Yeah.
that's actually insane.
Instagram doesn't give it out, so we give it out.
Yeah, that's odd. They should. That's awesome.
Right?
This is super sick. This is going up in the office for sure.
You basically have to pack like 9 to 10 dresses, like, night 1 dresses, and then you can have like cocktail dresses.
Yeah.
And then all your makeup, all your hair stuff, everything like that. People always ask if they do your hair and makeup there. Nope. Everybody has to do their own hair and makeup. Everybody has to dress themselves. And
Do you only get a certain amount of like suitcases?
you get 2 suitcases.
Good question.
That's it?
Yeah, you have 2 suitcases, and they're like,
Wow.
you cannot go overweight, or you have to pay for that. And so it's like obviously women definitely
Yeah.
overweight.
I bet that
and-
was pretty hard for
Yeah, and it's like
For
you have
any woman, dude,
yeah,
that's a long time.
and you have to pack for pretty much like every season
Yeah.
of
sure.
weather, right?
Oh,
so it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
you have to like have like a warm coat, you have to have like hiking boots, sandals, heels.
Oh yeah, because you're
You
going.
know?
There's like the what is that called? Like where they travel and go somewhere else for
Yeah.
a day date or a
Yep.
group date and all
Yep.
that stuff.
So I think
it's so interesting.
I honestly can't remember because I obviously after my episode I paid attention, but like not too heavily, just because it is kind of a lot, like watching everything back and just kind of being immersed in it. But I know that they went to kind of more of like a rainier place. I think it was like Scotland or something like that. That's where they
That's
went, and so it
insane.
was like a little chilly. And so yeah, you have to pack. They tell you to pack for 2 months, 2 suitcases, and yeah, that's pretty much it. They don't tell you where you're going. They don't tell you anything, and so you're just like, oh my, how the fuck do I pack for this? How the fuck do I pack for this, and how do I fit it in 2 suitcases without being overweight?
Yeah.
It was impossible. So
How did it feel to be featured on Joe Rogan? Did you know it was happening before it happened?
So, not like that.
Yeah.
I had talked to John. And I'm like, dude, you should give Joe Rogan a set of our grips. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, really?
John goes on like once a year, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He'll be on again in like 2-3 weeks. I think they just announced it the other
Okay.
day on your buddy's.
Yep, Steven Ranella.
Yeah, on Ranella's podcast. I shouldn't say your buddy or your guy.
I hope he's my buddy someday. Yeah. But anyway.
You gotta manifest it into existence,
Yeah.
man. So, I sent John those grips, and then he's like, "Hey, you should watch a show." I'm like, "Okay," and I'm watching, and I'm like, "Oh my goodness, like this is out of hand." And 2 hours later, we'd sold out of every single thing we had in stock.
That's
Like
unreal.
it was like a lot of money, Everything was just gone. And I remember thinking like, wow, this is the nicest thing that any human being on earth has ever done for me. Like you have thrust our grips into the largest podcast in the world. Like millions of people are going to see these. And then like Joe liked them, so he left them on like his desk forever. So there was like 3 episodes where they were on there and he was fidgeting with them and talking about them. And I have like some clips from like Save Our Parks where they're like, hey, what are those? And it's like Joe Rogan, oh, that's mammoth tusk. And I'm like, you ever want to flex? Like have Joe Rogan like talking about your product.
Yeah.
Like I don't know
crazy.
I don't know where to go from here, but I don't know that there's an up at this point.
Yeah.
So.
What's next for 50 Dates, 50 States?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what do we got here?
Oh no, is this what I think it is? Is it what I think it is?
Would not be a podcast.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Well, this
goodness.
is Jared. Everybody
This-
say hi to Jared.
this is oh, I'm so happy right now. Oh, this is the best.
Noah, come bring your camera up
Oh
here.
yes.
Somewhere, right?
Wow. The best in all
that.
50 states right here. Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
Jared, you the man, dude. Thank you so
Jared.
much. Cheers to the brass hats.
Oh, that smells good.
Dude, this is the best thing in the world. Jared, thank you so much. I'm so happy.
Amazing. That's awesome.
I've never been happier. I go on a lot of dates, but you know what? This takes the cake.
Apparently it wasn't cool with the farmer who owned that cornfield. So he came out, and after we started shooting, we shot maybe 4 or 5 birds, and he comes ripping out on his Polaris, like right to the back of our blind in his cornfield, and just immediately started like screaming at us, like, what are you doing? You're ruining our hunt, blah, blah, blah. And it turned into a whole fiasco. He wouldn't leave us alone. We had permission to be on the bean field, and he blew it up way more than it.
And you were on
needed
the edge, but you were not on his property.
to be. Correct.
No.
He claimed your grass from your blind was on his
Our
property.
grass was touching his corn.
Did you start watching the Sea Boys? Have you always seen the Sea Boys? And how did you get in with them? How did you start working for them?
Yeah, I mean, I knew about them back when they did the slip and slide video that everybody knows about. Like that was the first one that was really prevalent. And I finally got in touch with Ben, and they had just hired Big Wrench. And he's like, well, we just hired a guy, but we're eventually going to need somebody, so we'll keep you in mind.
Yep.
And then come along the 100 people mow my lawn video. Signed up to do that. They selected me. I showed up to it and then did the whole day. At the end, they're like signing autographs, taking pictures. So I just kind of stood back and watched and waited till that was all done, and then I approached them and said, "Hey, I'm that guy that wants to come work for you and be a fabricator." That week, Brian had told them that he was going to do snowcross again because he's a snowcross mechanic in the winter, and they were like, "Well, shit, we need somebody now."
Yeah.
And so the timing was right, and that was Saturday, and I think I was working by Thursday. So,
so emphasis on the now part.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I bet you were excited at that point, though. You were like, "Geez, this is what I want to do."
I was pumped. Yeah, I was pumped to finally get in touch and get in front of them.
How did that feel?
Yeah.
Being the founder of Giants, and now you could go on a vacation to Florida, and your seeds are in stores.
It's fun. And, I have to give credit to the boys because, they moved them to the next level. And, they've been running the business for a while now, and they're really moving forward. But how do I feel? I feel wonderful. I mean, it's great to see.
Do you know what a Rolodex is?
No.
Exactly. That's because you're young and smart. You would call it a contact list, right? You would call it my contacts in my phone. Yep. In my old days, it was called a Rolodex. You spun it and all these papers, and that was a Rolodex. Anyway, my contact list is very extensive, and you can't abuse it. I mean,
Right.
If you want, we could call the governor right now, but and that's not meant to brag
Can we do
because
that?
because you don't abuse that. You
Right.
don't. But you may get a call from him saying, "Hey, you got to get this on the air."
When did that first kind of big break happen for you? Was that early in college then?
First big break was my freshman year of college was Pineapple with Nick D, which was like his first like really big song. It was my first song as a producer that had some traction.
Dude, it was huge.
Dude, it was
huge.
crazy. It was crazy. I was at a summer camp that summer. Summer camp that summer, of course. So I didn't have my phone. I was like a counselor.
Sure.
And so I didn't even have my phone. And so I had like an off day. I get my phone back and it's like going crazy.
Wow.
I was like, wait, what is going on? And so I'm like trying to call everybody. And my girlfriend, my wife now, she was like keeping track of it and like letting me know.
60 million streams, right? Something like that.
Dude, it was crazy. Yeah, it hit. It was like maybe number 1 or number 2 on the viral charts. And that opened a lot of doors. I met a lot of new artists through that.
Sure.
And then also that song was like big enough that producers don't make a huge chunk of the money, but that was like the song did big enough that I saw enough that I was like, oh, maybe if I did this again, maybe a couple more times, like I could see this like being a job.
Sure.
So that was like when I was kind of like, all right, I'm gonna take this a little bit more serious.
So you mentioned you had a pretty cool hole-in-one story.
Yeah.
What point have you hit more than one or just
I have
one?
4 right now.
4?
Oh
Yeah,
my
God.
God. I
Dude,
got lucky.
The fact you picked up golf your freshman year
Yeah.
of high school, this is
Yeah.
just blowing my mind.
Baseball had to have helped you with that.
Maybe.
Let's just say, so my dad would take me to the night. There was like a night range in my hometown. He would take me out there, and I'm not kidding you. It probably took me 3 months to get a ball off the ground.
Really?
Like, it was terrible. Like I had the baseball swing going. I was just topping everything, but
But you've been playing, did you say earlier, every day since?
just about. Like I've taken a couple days, like especially when I was in Arizona. Like my first 2-3 years, I was playing. If I wasn't like going out snowboarding like out of town or something like that, I was playing just about every day.
Wow.
But yeah, it was a grind the first couple months. But once I started getting it, it's definitely like a practice thing. Like if you do it a bunch of times, you'll get better for sure.
Tell us about your hole-in-ones.
Yeah, so my first one was probably 7 months into playing golf, and it was like a little short one. I was with my uncles, and it was so I made it
6 or 7 months.
started running around in circles.
Crazy.
And then my second one was actually at my high school state championship, my sophomore year, which that one was special. There was probably 40, 50 people out there watching. Just hit it up, dunk, one hop, skipped in. Everyone was over there just giving me hugs. That one was sweet. Just in a state championship, even just to make one in a tournament, not even just a state championship was pretty sweet. And then my third one was at Longbow, which is where our conference tournament's at.
For college or
for
high school?
college, yeah.
Okay.
So it just it worked out great. Like our conference is literally 4 minutes from my house back home.
That's crazy.
So my whole family would be there for that. And then my last one was during qualifying for at FCC.
What's your favorite three-wheeler that you own out of the whole collection, would you say?
Probably the one that the boys gave me still. It's a little bit beat
When you
up
got
right now.
kidnapped?
When I got kidnapped about 2 miles away from here.
That's all it was?
Oh,
was 2
right
miles?
there, yeah.
Dude, hold on. I want to talk about that. So you legit thought this mint three-wheeler, your dream three-wheeler.
Dude, I don't even want to talk about it, but the story was so good. It was on Craigslist for $1,500. The pictures actually look pretty legit.
How the hell did you find it on Craigslist?
I'm looking on everything all day long, 100%, man. I'm a three-wheeler addict.
I love it.
Yes, you gotta love it.
So you thought that was going to be a good deal.
I thought it was going to be the deal of a lifetime. I pulled out $1,500 cash. I was ready to go and buy this bad mamma jamma. Pulled up there, just some big old buff dude. He was cool as hell though, so I didn't even think anything of it. He's in a U-Haul though. That was the only thing I was a little bit trying to be a little bit cautious about. And he's like, come check it out. It's in the back of the U-Haul. When he flings it open, I couldn't believe how pretty it was. I mean, it was
polished
oh
up,
my
looking
God,
clean.
I've never seen a machine looking that good in my life. Literally looked like candy. And so I couldn't help but jump in the back. And I'm starting to look at it. I was like, hey, dude, would you maybe do 1,000? Trying to work him down even more, just being a douchebag.
Always
just
doing
being
that,
an idiot.
dude.
I know, just trying to get the best deal possible.
Yeah.
And he goes, dude, I don't think I can. I probably have about $1,500 into it. And that's exactly the moment that I go back to look at the pipe. I'm looking at the pipe and how shiny it is.
You ask a
I just
question
hear,
and
whoosh. And I look back, I see that door get slammed. I've never had my heart drop like that in my life, dude. I grabbed the dolly, start banging out of the hole.
Kicking
I started bleeding, dude. It was so freaking bad. I honestly thought I was gonna wake up in Mexico with guns pointed at my face. I didn't know what they were gonna want, but
exactly.
I thought,
like what? It's not like
what are they gonna take from a 6-foot redneck that doesn't even make money yet? I was still a broke YouTuber at the time. Yeah, there was nothing going on.
Things were just getting good. But don't worry, we'll be right back after a few ads. Proudly made in Wapaton, North Dakota, Giant Snacks has been roasting bold flavors since 1995. From sunflower seeds and pistachios, pumpkin seeds, and cashews, every bite packs that real flavor. Whether you're at the ballpark, on the road, or just need a pick-me-up, snack like a giant with American-grown seeds and nuts. Look for their new logo, the white bison, on the front of their products, and that's how you'll know it's a Giant Snack. Visit giantsnacks.com or visit a local convenience store to find Giant Snacks.
You remember when we were in Tampa the other day and I downloaded that app? I can't remember what it's called.
Was it Happy Hour?
They just sent me a notification. $2 beers at the Rusty Lantern down in Tampa.
No way, that's a great deal.
That is an insane deal, but we're back in Minnesota. There's no way like we take a private jet, fly to Tampa just for this deal, right?
With me, I know we gon' beat the odds. Counterfeit. Guess it from the thought of it. People fake. Think they need to start a kid. Tryna be real. This right here to start a kid.
Download Happy Hour, link in description.
We want to give a shout out to our friends at All Sauger Meats, your go-to spot for all things meat and more.
If you haven't tried their Chuck Wagon beans, you're missing out. Packed with bacon, hamburger, onions, and beans, it's the ultimate comfort food.
But that's not all. They're also now selling All Sauger Meats pizzas, made with the same quality ingredients that you trust from their meat counter.
With 2 locations in Fargo, plus 1 in Ottoman and 1 in Breckenridge, it's easier than ever to grab your favorites.
Whether you're stocking up on burgers for the football game, snagging beef sticks and jerky for the ice fishing season, or grabbing a pizza for a little late night dinner, All Sauger Meats has you covered.
Check them out today and taste the difference that comes from quality, local ingredients.
You had an internship with Kevin O'Leary.
Yeah.
Talk about that. How did that happen?
Joined Dakota Venture Group, kind of spoke about that. It's just a venture capital group at UND. And from that, Kevin is super, super big into North Dakota. They came to UND's campus to kind of just have a media day.
Sure.
And part of that, Dakota Venture Group students were kind of able to meet him. And so I was one of those. And part of that, to be honest, was also meeting his CEO, Paul. They announced that they were gonna have an internship. And they wanted they wanted a North Dakota person. And so I kind of felt like this would be a great opportunity, applied to it. It was pretty intense. Like we had to write an entire thing about AI data centers. And I know nothing, literally nothing about AI data centers. But yeah, I went through that internship process or interview process and ended up getting the offer.
12 years you've been coaching. What was your biggest win throughout that 12 years, would you say?
You coach these kids. Okay, I'm not. You want me to talk about a specific game, and I'm not, because that's not a win. It's a small microcosm of it for me.
Yeah.
We coach our guys extremely hard, really hard, and we challenge them, and we do things to them that has never been done, and you know, sometimes we talk to them in ways that they've never heard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of our messaging it isn't necessarily understood until about 5 or 6 years post being a college player. if that makes
Yeah.
sense. So like we were going to challenge you beyond your measure, and all of a sudden you're going to do things that you never thought you were able to do. And 90% of it goes to the guys, right? For them being able to listen to us. But we have a method to our madness. We have a process to it. And it's challenging as a new coach because you don't really get the thank yous. You don't really get the rewards from all those things until about 5 or 6 years later. And now you'll come back and go, oh, now I get it. Now I know why he was so hard on me. Now I know why he was pushing on me. And those are the biggest wins.
I want to talk about one of your latest videos that I thought was pretty funny. The Subway sandwich measuring one. And also the Ray-Ban glasses, dude. That is so clutch. Like, you don't have to have the camera in there. How nice of those glasses.
So
man.
nice, because if Jordan can't get an angle with the actual camera, every time the glasses will pick it up, you know?
Yeah.
And then it also picks up audio. So the mic is cut out a couple times, so then I have to use the audio from the glasses
Ray-Ban.
and throw those in there.
Wait, is it the Meta ones? Or
Meta
is it...
Ray-Ban glasses, yeah.
Oh, it's a collab between them?
I think
gotcha.
so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're dope. I love them.
That's awesome.
And it's really good for short form. But
yeah, I was gonna
speaking of
say.
the Subway one, we did like, with that one, I think we had almost like 6 million views within a week on TikTok just from the Subway clips, and Instagram Reels did a couple million as well just for each different videos.
Yeah.
And then our TikTok got taken down.
Dang, dude.
Yeah. Yep. That like randomly just woke up and it got taken down.
It was gone.
And that was an original idea?
Yeah, I did that actually when I had before 1,000 subscribers. I
Really?
did that idea a long time ago, and then I redid it, and then it was.
You know what I was surprised about, and this is kind of just a side note, but when you were actually measuring them, they were actually pretty dang close to 6
everyone
inches.
was more or on the dot.
I know.
Every
I was
single
like,
one.
I was like, dang, that's
funny.
actually pretty
Yeah,
dang close to
every,
6 inches.
every single sandwich was on the dot.
I thought it was under. That's
Yeah.
funny.
I hired a speaking coach, worked with a speaking coach for an entire year. And once I did that, and she was like, you are ready to speak on a stage and charge this much an hour for it.
Wow.
That was a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Because then there's every conference and every single speaker. It's super interesting. And I've been a speaker for a long time, right? Like an actual keynote speaker.
Mm-hmm.
And as Growing Small Towns came along, that dovetailed into other opportunities with that too, which is really cool. But once I did that, I was like, there was kind of a clearer path to marketing. And then blogging or doing, like I did a whole year of weekly Facebook Lives. Speaking of like just all the different kinds of content that a person can create.
Yeah.
That was my marketing for that chunk of time.
Sure.
And, so then it's like all I had to do was show up, have a point of view that aligned with what I'd be speaking about. And then people find it. They either like it, they don't. It's amazing how probably right now there's thousands of conferences happening.
It's crazy.
There's like thousands of
Yeah.
events that a person
Yeah.
could be speaking at right now.
Right.
So that it became this whole world that I didn't really
Sure.
know about her.
Can you talk about the community's response to Deputy Owens passing? What was that? What was that
Powerful,
like?
Yeah. It was. I think the night that Josh, or the night after, there was like this thin blue line in the sky, which was just kind of weird. I think I sent you the photo.
Mhm.
Maybe.
Yep. I'll pop that up right now on the screen.
And somebody took that photo, but just all these blue lights just started coming out of everywhere. Like our EOC just started becoming full of food, and it was literally one of the, like, you want to see the like positivity is watch law enforcement come together and your community support you.
Mhm.
I couldn't go anywhere without, I had people coming to my house guys dropping off $700-800.
I talk a ton. All my friends know that. And my parents would say the only way they could ever get me to shut up was they would put me on the end of a dock with a fishing rod.
Sure.
And they'd have to come recollect me. They'd have to come get me back. So that's kind of how I got into it. And then just, through the years and growing up, and especially with social media, I had no friends who really fished other than Sobe. Him and I went to the same high school. We grew up together. We played baseball together and everything. But forever, we couldn't connect with anyone that liked fishing as much as we did. And then social media came around, and, we got this group of friends and just started wanting to do more stuff in the industry. Kind of like what you guys are doing with your podcast, right? All of a sudden, we're like, hey, we want to do this. So we had no idea what we were doing, but we're like, we'll figure it out.
Did that hurt pretty bad, though?
Well, some people say they see a star.
Yeah.
I saw the sun. It seemed like it was just like that big.
Yeah.
Did that one picture, I don't know if you guys saw it, it says Grandpa Ron on it. and they had me doing this.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't giving anybody the finger. That's the finger I hurt bowling.
Okay, here we go. Here's the last one. That was not expected at all. Let's go, you guys. We got him. Snyder, bro. I wanted him to help pick him up.
Under the couch.
What do you think, bro?
Don't tell him.
You have more pod to do.
Help.
You guys pied me.
Wear that.
Okay. Sit back down, sit back down, sit back down.
Whose idea?
You gotta find another blindfold.
It was his.
Touching on Vexlar and like some of the new technology that's come out in fishing in the last few years, obviously you have like the live scope, the side imaging and everything like that. Do you see that as like cheating almost? Because there's a lot of people that aren't big into fishing that are almost, you could say, like jealous or envious of people who have the money to be able to afford that. They're like, oh, that's cheating. What are your thoughts on that?
We've been cheating for the last 10,000 years. I mean, seriously. I mean, there was a time where you had to nap your own flint and you had to practice to get competent at shooting at 15 yards.
Yep.
And then a longbow came onto the scene, and then bronze, and there's all these different things. Like think about it. If you were to rip our clothes off and throw us out into the snowbank, we wouldn't make it for 2 hours.
Right.
We are the most helpless human beings are the most helpless animals on the planet. The only way we have a chance of succeeding in this world is with our brains. That's all we've done is use our brains. That's all we've ever done is use technology.
So we came up with this idea to hop on a pontoon and film a little. Jesus. Of course, when we start doing our pod. All right. So we have this great idea to film a podcast on a boat, and the first time.
Go ahead.
Should we keep going?
I think it's fine, don't you think? Go ahead.
All
It's
right.
fine.
All
Just
right.
keep going.
I'm getting wet here. So right away, the first thing is we came to this lake. We got this pontoon, and it's a friend's pontoon. We got to keep that in mind. It's not one of our family's pontoon. It's a friend's pontoon. And we get on here, and this was last weekend.
Yep.
And we get out to the middle of the lake, and Jack tries to turn left, and he can't turn left. Come to find out, the power steering went out on the boat, and we were stuck in the middle of the lake. We had to get towed here. And then it started downpouring on us and thunderstorming, and so then we had to quit.
Yep.
So we decided.
So I'll pop up a drone picture of what that looked like out on the lake just because it was covered with power steering fluid. And then we got poured on. And then today, we're getting poured on again.
Yeah.
And the freaking batteries were dead.
This is take 3, but we're just going to run it. If it's raining, it's raining. If it's storming, it's storming.
We're running it.
We got to finish the pod.
Actually, this one comes from my mom. She had this question.
Mom knows best.
You're wearing a full suit now, but she wonders, behind the desk, are you guys always fully dressed for wearing a suit? Or are you wearing PJs down below and dress suit
pajama
from the top?
day.
Yeah.
Right?
Does that ever actually happen?
Now, because we stand in front of this monitor wall,
Yeah.
we're fully clothed. We have pants and shoes and not flip-flops. Was it always that way? No.
Really?
No. But it changed when we were working a weekend once and had shorts, flip-flops behind the set, and the general manager brought in some of his buddies from high school on a Saturday, like after the 6. And that was when I was doing sports. And the news guy, we sat there and we scooched up really close so he wouldn't see anything, but they wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
And finally, we had to get up and go, and we went walking out.
In shorts.
By God, Monday morning, there was a memo.
Oh, no.
From here forward, you will be dressed appropriately.
Wow.
That's cool. That's funny, though. At one point, you did do, like, what do they say? Like, dressing up from the waist up or whatever. You know what I mean?
It's like Zoom calls.
Business on top. Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
It's like those Zoom calls.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
business.
yep.
Zoom calls.
Right? Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
We got busted. So, yeah.
All right.
Austin Shower and I were the reasons that
got changed.
We're all dressed.
So you just got beef with Ken now because not only did you prank him, but you broke his driver
Yeah,
too.
so I broke his driver too. This is terrible. So
I come down here, right?
Yeah.
I don't detail any of his cars. He didn't really ask me to, but I got a Cybertruck back at home, and I didn't think he'd want the Continental done or anything. So it's like, I'll definitely do it, but he never asked, and I also never really saw him enough.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, maybe he thought like, oh, I didn't want to do any of his cars. I would have gladly done any of his cars.
Mm-hmm.
So the guys were like, you know, we're gonna go golfing. Like, do you want to go? I'm actually not, you know, a terrible golfer. I golf back at home. I play a little bit, but you know, playing with some guys that you've been watching, you know, your whole life or watching their videos, you're a big fan of them. It's a little bit different than just going and playing with the boys. You know what I mean? It's like, you can't really play the same. So I'm like nervous. I'm teeing up my ball super high. I absolutely biffed the last shot. I was terrible. And so like second hole, I don't know why. I honestly don't know why I was teeing it up so high. Like I teed up high. I smacked down, just breaks. I'm like, dude.
Oh no.
The craziest point, I broke a driver 2 weeks before. So this is my second one in a month.
So, like I said, my first phone call was when I was 12, and I was emailing, texting coaches like UCLA and Washington. Like I said, those are like some dream schools. And I had like a top 10 list of where I wanted to go. And when I was in 8th grade, I want to say, is when they changed the rule to where you can't talk to any college coaches because there was girls committing at 12 years old to colleges. And it's like, how does a 12-year-old really want to know where she wants to go? And I think the girl who kind of like changed it when she committed to Florida Gators. And that's when everyone's like, okay, like 12-year-olds is way too young.
Mm-hmm.
So they changed the rule to September 1st of your junior year. September 1st came, and that night, like at 11:59, I get a phone call at 12 a.m. as soon as September 1st hit from Patrick Murphy.
That's crazy.
And it's kind of a funny story because I had my retainers in. Like, I wake up like half groggy. I'm like, hello? And he's like, happy September 1st. When you wake up, like, give me a call and we can talk about this. Like, so excited. Let's get you like on the Roll Tide train. And I was like, yes, sir. Good night. And just put the phone back down.
Are you anticipating a lot of heat when certain things go wrong in the city? Because like, I feel like every time something goes wrong, the mayor goes and does his press release or whatever, and then he gets flamed on the hard or hit on the hardest. So like, how do you anticipate being able to handle that and handle the stress that comes with being the mayor at such a young age?
There's a lot of people that talk, you know, and honestly, just tough skin pretty much, you know. What they say really doesn't affect me in the end.
Yeah.
They could say whatever they want. I already get a lot of crap, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But honestly, it doesn't really affect me. I'm gonna keep doing what I do and move on.
I think it's cool that you're putting your foot out there and doing it. Like,
exactly.
There's not a lot of young kids that would be willing to do that, and no matter what, even if you don't get the job, you're so much further ahead by being able to learn what the process looks like. And how to campaign next time.
Back on the bike. Remember that? When you didn't have your driver's license?
Oh, yeah.
And you just wanted your driver's license, but you didn't realize that that's the only time. Like, I used to bike everywhere. That was like a big deal. It's like, who has the nice bike?
And that's how you know, like, where all your friends are at. There's just like 10 bikes at somebody's house.
It's at someone's
You're like,
house.
"Oh, that's where we're going."
Like, or like fishing. You're carrying your rod, backpack, tackle box, everything to go fishing, trying to ride your bike with no hands, holding everything.
So you have, I would say, a ton of like world's firsts with the Lego board, with the ice board, with like some of your other creative ones. Which one would you say was your favorite one?
Number one is for sure the ice board. But yeah, we were able to let go of the rope and surf it, and it broke. And both melted in like 45 seconds. So,
Really?
Yeah.
That's it, huh?
You had to be quick.
Yeah, exactly. In 50-degree water too. So I want to do it again, but the water's pretty nice. So it's like, shoot. But I'm definitely going to get out there, do it again. Hopefully maybe land a 360 or a shove it. Something like that.
That'd be awesome.
But that's definitely like my number one video. I couldn't even stop smiling. Like it was crazy how clear it was in the water. You couldn't see it. It was just super cool.
You know, a baby's like it's like a pet where they've got a million names. You know, you start off with a cat named whatever, and then by 10 years later, he goes by a completely different name. So, so Francesca's perfect because it's Frankie, it's Franny, it's Fran, it's Frenchie, it's Chessie. There's a million names.
Yep.
And my wife's Italian. so I can get away. You know, old Kentucky can get away with a daughter named Francesca.
That reminds me of Cars, Francesco.
Yeah,
Remember that?
I do. Yeah, I know.
You went to 3 Super Bowls in a row. What was the closest game out of those 3?
The 2 Dallas ones, we didn't have a shot. Probably the one I wasn't there for.
Was the closest?
Yeah, because it was a missed field goal right at the end of the game to win it or lose it. And Scott Norwood missed wide right, and we lost.
But that feeling of being in the Super Bowl, I mean, that's just the dream of any player in the NFL, anytime, today.
Thanks for making me feel good. It doesn't help. I would give up.
I'm trying. No, it had to have felt good though.
Yeah, certainly it did. But I would give up. I would give up the right to go to 2 of the Super Bowls that I went to
win one
to
of
have
them.
won one of them. Yeah, I
Dang.
would. Just to say that you're the best, you're on top at one point in your life.
Things were just getting good. But don't worry, we'll be right back after a few ads.
Quick shout out to our friends at Little Unny's.
If you're looking to stock up for the new year on fireworks, Little Unny's has you covered.
They're open December 26th through January 1st, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. And they're in a super easy spot, right off the bypass in Wapaton.
They've got a pop-up website, the store is dialed, and here's the best part.
Mention Beyond the Spotlight podcast sent you, and you get 15% off your purchase.
So if you're ready for the new year, need fireworks, or just want to stop in and check out the store, make sure you swing into Little Unny's. Little Unny's is your go-to fireworks store in Wapaton and the surrounding areas.
Wait, hold that thought. We need to thank some people that keep on the electricity at the shop, literally.
Thank you, Muehler Electric, for sponsoring this week's episode.
They've been serving Wapaton and the local areas for over 30 years. And with 2 master electricians on staff, they've pretty much seen it all.
Their work is shockingly professional.
I see what you did there.
And it's always done right the first time.
So when you need reliable electrical work done, give Muehler Electric a call at
701-642-4708.
Thank you, Muehler Electric.
At the end of the day, like, somebody gives you a crappy request, like, it's on you to kind of feed into the crowd of like, all right, do I trust, you know, every request that comes my way? Probably not.
I've been that guy that's like, because all my siblings have gotten married, well, all except for one. 4 of my siblings have been married. So I'm sure I was that kid that ran up to the DJ and was like, yo, play Watch Me Whip. And it's like, dude, like, I'm not playing that, you know? And I'm like, why isn't this guy playing my song? I requested it 20 minutes ago. But Christmas tree, I got the record player. Thank you. Yep.
Chestnuts roasting on an open
are you kidding me?
And that's the thing is like, I don't want to be pigeonholed into being just country.
Okay.
Like my show today, my show last night, I'm like, oh, let's do some Goo Goo Dolls. Let's do some Matchbox 20. Let's do Snow Patrol. Because people like that stuff. And then they go, oh, I remember that song. That's awesome.
Do priests ever experience doubt, and like, how do they work through that?
100%. Priests are just as human as you or anybody else. We have doubts. Number one, praying about them, talking about them with people. The right people, you know. Do we have a spiritual director? Do we have a confessor? Is a priest working with a counselor or a psychologist in some way? You know, Jesus himself made it very clearly known on the night that he was to be crucified, all of you are going to have your faith shaken on this night. So what I tell people is it's okay to have doubts. It's okay to struggle with our faith. If we're not struggling, if our faith hasn't been shaken in some way, shape, or form, is our faith growing? Is it blossoming?
The first line of the video is, I spent a whole day watching Class of 2036 Hoopers, and it just absolutely blew up. So it's not the best basketball to watch, but like you asked, do we follow every level of basketball? That we truly do.
That's awesome.
It's just so entertaining too, because I have my own opinion on it, but some of the parents are just so overly invested in it.
Yeah.
And it's like I tell Joe all the time, it's like, this kid hasn't even had his first thought yet.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what's going on. Like,
yeah.
I remember when I was that age, like the only thing I could think about was waking up and watching SpongeBob in the morning.
Right.
Like literally it's 9 a.m. and I'm not exaggerating. It's 9 a.m. The dad is the coach. He forced his kid to get up. Not to mention he's probably not from Indiana. So he probably forced his kid to get up, travel to Indiana, play in this camp, gets about 9 in the morning when the kid just wants to sleep in. And during the game, like, he's out of it. He's not focused. He's not playing well, obviously.
Yeah.
He's obviously not going to be doing that. And then He's yelling at him, no joke, cussing him out, freaking out. And like, I witnessed this and I'm like, to me, it's like, how, like, that's just crazy parenting.
Yeah. Look at those flies.
Oh my. Wow, they're really.
These flies are mating.
Yeah, they are. I didn't know they mated. I genuinely didn't know they mated like that.
I'm gonna take a video for pop it up on the pod.
Bro, that's actually wild.
That video was like throwing a grenade into a woman's locker room. Like, it was.
Yeah.
It just created this explosion of drama. And that video, I think, has like, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 million views now, and it just blew up. And I will say some dates, a handful of dates texted me and apologized, which I appreciated. And some of them I didn't respond to because I didn't feel that they deserved a response for some of the things, for some of their activity in the chat. But I do appreciate some of them apologizing.
Mm-hmm.
And then others doubled down, tripled down, and just continued to lie or made videos on me and stuff.
Is that like a select few?
Yes.
Because we were watching those with a select few. It didn't seem like, obviously it wasn't all 50. It seemed like it was just 4 or 5,
Yeah.
It's a Canadian slang game.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, we're going to Timmy's. And we're warming up. We're going on to Timmy's.
Yeah, so it starts out easy and then it goes harder.
This is hilarious because that's like a daily sentence for me when I'm down in Canada. What you would say, like you just finished ripping the ODR and you jump in the car and you're all cold and you say, "Hey, let's go to Timmy's."
Sure.
Like it's just such
it's like let's go to Starbucks.
But you use that one quite a bit.
Oh, all the time.
That's funny.
Or like we'll be going mountain biking and I'll be like, "Oh, just stop by Timmy's real quick." I always say that, like 100% say that.
All right, do you know what a Mickey is?
A Mickey, yeah. Mickey's the little flask of whatever, like vodka you can buy it. We call them Mickeys, and then we call like the big bottle, we call it a 2.6.
He's 2 for 2. He's 2 for 2.
That's
there
awesome.
We go.
So, and I even added a bonus in on that one.
Yeah, they're a 2.6. A 2.4.
A 2.4.
Close to a 2.6, but it's a 2.4.
A 2.4 is 24 beer in a case. You call it a 2.4. Yeah, that's true.
We just call it a case of beer, but you guys got a 2.4. That's actually kind of tough.
That is kind of.
We got to bring that into Minnesota. All right, a toque.
A toque is a beanie, but if you say beanie in Canada, you're a nerd.
Okay.
If you call it a beanie, then you're
That's
like.
so weird. Why you gotta hate on someone for calling it a beanie?
I don't know. It's just a weird. Beanie's a weird word in Canada. Like.
Okay, a hoser.
The best comparison to calling somebody a hoser is Evan calling Dalton Cheeto.
Okay.
Evan could call Dalton a hoser and it'd be like the same thing as being Cheeto.
That's funny.
It's just
Canadian version.
Yeah, it's just the Canadian version, which is hilarious.
Clicks.
Clicks.
I'm 20 clicks away.
Oh, that's like we run kilometers just like the rest of the world. And the U.S. doesn't run kilometers, so everybody else in the world says
He's a
clicks.
kilometer.
Yeah. Everybody else in the world says, I guess you'd be like, I'm 2 clicks out. You'd be 2 miles, 2 kilometers or whatever,
Sure. All right, 2 more. This one, when I saw it, it made no sense.
Okay.
And tell me if I'm saying it wrong, but a duotang.
A duotang.
Tang, okay.
Duotang.
Okay.
So a duotang is like a folder that you store paper in. So
like a binder?
Kind of like a binder, but it's it's like paper sided and it's soft. It's like a soft.
Just the folder.
Just the
Yeah,
folder.
like
Just the
yeah.
folder. The
That's so weird.
I know, there's like a whole different language up there, man.
Yeah. All right, last one. I think you only got one wrong so far. Is a ting.
A ting?
Yeah. A lot of rappers.
Like
use
that's
it.
like what Drake says. Like, let me tell you about the ting.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. You could call like your girlfriend it. You could be like, "That's my sweet ting," or something.
Yeah.
Like
you actually nailed it.
It's just like a thing or something.
9 for 10.
A ting.
Not bad. Honestly,
that was
give
good.
him a round of applause.
Dude, that was a good game. That was impressive. I knew you guys were gonna try to throw a curveball at me, but that was a good one. I liked it.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys sign labels?
I break it down to 2 things. Is one, I don't think we're huge believers that it's worth it, to be honest.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't really know how label deals work, but you know, like a normal label deal is like an 80-20 split in the favor of the label. So
really,
artists are like not. They're gonna give you a lot of money up front. You know, they'll give you a couple $100,000, but
like a sign-on bonus kind.
Yeah, but you have to pay them back. It's basically it really is. It's a really awful loan.
Wow.
And you know, they provide some support and things, so it's not like a loan. You're getting some
marketing,
some advantages, marketing and things. But you know, I think me and the guys' view is it's really not worth it for the amount of money that I'm gonna have to give y'all. It's really not worth what you're bringing. And then the second thing is, you know, there's certain things that labels do like really well. And I think if you are, you know, a really major artist, there's some things that labels can kind of help out, you know, by funding touring and things like that. But, you know, me and the guys' goals is we're not all trying to be, you know, Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift. We're really like, we all live really like normal, calm lifestyles. This is just like what we like to do, and it's our job. So, you know, we don't really have the aspirations of like, I gotta like be the biggest. I have to keep getting bigger. It's like I'm very content with where I am, and so I think that's also like another reason why a lot of us didn't like go the label route.
So in the last 2 years, what has been your favorite build since working at C-Boys TV?
That's a question I like because it's easy. It's the opposite. The least favorite I have a hard time picking, but the favorite still is the red mini truck because it was kind of my first big build. It took 2 months, I think, or a month and a half to get to drive. Like, and we brought it down to Cletus's and ran it around his track there. That was awesome. And then we did the drift version where it rolled. There was like another 2 weeks involved in getting ready for that, and then we did the turbo, and then there was the track version we brought to Snowden. So it actually had like 4 different iterations.
Wow.
And that, I mean, you can't really beat that. The first big build, along with all the crazy stuff we've done with it, that's definitely the favorite.
Speaking of a jerk, you're supposed to call somebody yesterday and you didn't. Your sister on her 30th birthday.
Oh,
you better get your phone right now and call her. Like, call her immediately. She is so angry. You should call her right now.
When did you talk to her?
Like yesterday. She was mad in a hornet. Get your phone and call her right now.
I bet you if I call her, okay, I'll call her. I bet you even if I do, she won't answer.
I don't know, dude. Like, she was pretty. Like 3-0 is a big thing for ladies, dude.
Hello.
Hey, I'm with Dustin here on the pod, and just wanted to call and wish you a happy 30th birthday yesterday.
Oh, interesting. Who is this?
This is Jack. This is Jack.
Oh.
Your brother.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Did
wanted.
you forget?
No, I didn't forget.
He's getting a hard time now.
Here it
now I feel bad.
goes.
Yep.
Here it goes.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yes, I might have forgotten. Your beef with Evan has changed pretty significantly, I feel like. You just had a little reconciliation in your recent video with him. Talk about how that all went down.
Yeah, the beef is squashed. The beef is over.
It's official.
It's official.
It's official. The boys brought us aside and had us do some challenges and ended up strengthening our relationship.
And you think it actually helped?
I would say so.
We went to the Hankinson Community Center, and Thursday night, we kind of just had, close friends, family, just on the off chance I got taken that night. At least we had something going on there, but we kind of knew Friday was going to be the big night.
Sure.
And so didn't get taken Thursday night, and I kind of knew it was going to happen Friday, so got all day Friday, so nervous. Like we went to Wahpeton, went to the bowling alley just to for something to do. I'm just trying to get my mind off it. It was like all I could think of.
Did you play Big Buck Hunter? Because I
did. And that was the day that I got the second all-time score or something. I threw that in my Instagram bio.
That was the day you got drafted.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I took out all my pent-up aggression, just took it out on them bucks on Big Buck Hunter.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, if you go to Cody's Instagram, in the bio it says something like champion of Big Buck Hunter at Terrace Lanes, Wahpeton, North Dakota.
Might have to go back and reclaim my title. I think someone beat me out. I was second or third. Sure. I mean, it was nothing crazy, but I'll have to make a trip back there and get my name back on the board.
Okay, so Friday comes, you go to the Terrace Lanes, and then you go back home. Then what?
Then pretty much we're just killing time. We show up at the community center, and we had no idea who was all going to show up. I mean, it was kind of just open invitation, like, hey, we're going to celebrate, the draft this night. Whoever wants to come can come. And by the time the second round started, there were hundreds of people there.
Wow.
And then by the time I got picked, I mean, there's videos of it. It was oh God, I don't 700 people there maybe. Like it was way over capacity. I'm sure way over fire code. Like it was probably shouldn't have had that many people in there, but it was packed. It was so cool. I remember getting the call and sitting at a table with my family, and they all kind of saw that I got a call, and I didn't tell anybody, who it was. Even my fiance's like, where is it? And I wanted her to kind of find out with everyone else. I feel like that would have been kind of like a special moment.
100%.
And Tampa was on the clock. They picked me. The place just kind of went crazy, and then don't know if I remember much of the next 2 hours. It was just a rush to do an interview here. I had to go up to the attic of the community center to do media stuff with Tampa Bay. Like I was doing Zoom calls and whatnot. And
what's one of your worst wipeouts? Would you say?
The worst wipeout was the last time I was up there, or 2 times ago now, when I did the 3-wheeler off against Dr. David.
I thought it was so impressive that you did crash on that spot.
Dude, I gotta say, it was so stupid, bro. It was so stupid.
I've laughed a lot to their videos. I don't know if I've laughed harder when you have a 30-second clip and it's crash, 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 all back to back. You're going up, you fall off. You're like, we gotta keep going, we gotta keep going. And then you go around and you go try to go out of the first part.
No, dude, so bad.
Just fly off.
Dude, that was one of my best crashes for sure. I mean, just perfect execution on the tuck and roll on that one. I'll tell you that.
It's just so impressive that you continued to go, though. Do you know how many people quit after they crash once? And
Oh,
you're
they're
like,
done
no,
for.
we're keep going. We're going.
Yeah, foot on the throttle. I take pride, and I'd say I have the best crash feel out of anybody.
But we saw that you crashed in 2006. What was that like?
Oh, you crash all the time in these cars. That's the thing. We
Yeah.
crash a couple cars a year. You try to not get more than a couple, but sometimes it's out of your control. Something breaks or you end up in someone else's miss. I think what you guys are speaking of in 06, so that was my first year that we won the championship.
Wow.
And we were in California. It was 2/3 of the way through the season or 3/4, somewhere in that. And we were at Chico. And I ended up getting hooked or something, and I shot off the track, and it went into a ball of fire. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep. And you flipped.
That's that car right there.
Really?
Yep, that's that car. So it was physically that particular car. We'd won the Nationals with it, and we kept running it because it was really good. And the fire was pretty atrocious. The car got killed. I fixed it so I could have the actual car that ran the Nationals. But those sort of things happen. I think that was my first experience with fire. I got a little bit of burn on the back of the neck, and my face got a good flash. But yeah, it's the nature of the beast.
But that doesn't scare you?
Well, you don't think of it until you're in it.
I was like, hey, let's ride a dirt bike through the house. And he's like, you think you got that? And I was like, dude, that'd be so funny. Like, let's definitely do it.
Yeah.
And Buttery is like a legend. Like, if you've ever seen his Snapchat or any of his Insta videos or any of his YouTube videos, dude, he is such a legend. Like, doing things. Like, he was like the OG guy that I started watching, and that's who I was like, kind of building not my Instagram, but like trying to like be like, oh, he did this, that was so sick. Like,
you looked up to him.
Yeah, I looked up to him.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if he did a cool wheelie or something, I was like, dude, I gotta go do a wheelie like that and post a video because I thought it was sick. So yeah, I unloaded my bike and we were like, yo, let's run it through the house. So we just unloaded it and did a little stoppy down the driveway and then like rode straight up through the front door, up the stairs, into the living room, did like a little donut in the living room, and then went into the kitchen and I did a circle wheelie in the kitchen. And I remember doing it and like calling my parents after, and I was like, yeah, I just rode a dirt bike through a house. And they're like, what do you mean? You just I was like, yeah, I just rode a dirt bike through a house. And then I posted that on Instagram, and this was before Reels was a thing.
Sure.
And that was like my first kind of video that popped off, and I always just got like maybe like 200-300 likes on a post, and then I just like posted that and it just hit, and I was like, it didn't even go insane. Maybe it had like 10K likes or something.
5 different vehicles in the C-Boys fleet, and I'm just gonna play the audio.
And you have to guess.
And you have to guess which vehicle it is.
Dude, you know I'm a car guy. This can be easy. Easy
All right.
money. He's locked in. I want to say Ben's Lambo, but Ben's Lambo pops more. How do you rate? 0 for 1. 0 for 1. Was it Ben's Lambo? It wasn't Ben's Lambo
Keep going.
either.
Keep going.
I swear we're not
No?
lying.
This is from Seaboys?
Yeah. I'll
turn
even-
it sideways and one more guess.
It's Ryan Z06.
It's Ryan Z06, dude.
Sandrail.
Yes.
Good job.
1 for 2.
Next.
CJ's GTR with the flame tune.
Yes.
You hear the
The flames coming out.
Want it again?
That's my car.
Yeah, it is your car.
Dang it.
Dang
I was like trying to remember what video that was from. I'm like, this ain't from Seaboys, it's my car. Mini truck. Mini truck.
Yeah, you got it. Congratulations. 4 for 5.
They have broadcast their podcasts from wheat fields, tall buildings, islands, and America's big cities.
To recent high school and college graduates from Wahpeton Breckenridge who not only hold down full-time jobs, their podcast is growing by leaps and bounds. The story tonight from WDAY News reporter Kevin Wallivand.
When Jack Johnson isn't detailing a truck for a customer, or Aiden Hoff isn't designing a home remodeling job,
Like the globe, where it kind of zooms in like that onto the location. Cut that off.
Cut that part.
the two entrepreneurs
Yeah, see like right there.
are knee-deep in yet another chapter of their Beyond the Spotlight podcast.
We'll have a video sharing a lot about our experience here.
Jack, 21, Aiden, 20, are the voices and faces behind their one-year-old podcast show. And lately, they've taken their show on the road, speaking with guests and podcasting from farm fields, lakes country.
Dude, that generator has come in so clutch Yes, it has. for us to film in Yes, places it that has. people don't normally do it.
Nashville and Chicago. They even had our own Dana Mock in the hot seat.
It's Dana Mock.
Big crowd today. It's been like a dream come true, honestly, and we're just getting started.
But this summer, the boys have been podcasting with purpose.
My grandmother just passed away from leukemia, so we decided to do something different. Podcasting in exotic, wild, and attention-grabbing places to raise awareness and money for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society.
They've called their special Podcasting in Exotic Places to Cure Cancer. They went from atop a Wahpeton skyscraper, an island in Lakes Country, and with race car driver Donnie Schatz. These two young businessmen, shooting, editing, handling merchandise, while working full-time.
Especially not with like, this is kind of the growing up period where I'm done with school, like real life starts now. Time to go get a house, time to get a wife, time to have kids, like eventually or whatever, you know. And so that's trying to find time for everything is very difficult, especially with the two businesses and then trying to have a life outside of it.
Well, to do that, you really can only do that if you're an entrepreneur and do your own thing on the side. But yeah, it's right away it was tough to say yes, but it was definitely worth it. It's worth it now.
The two men have talked with Cody Mouth, rapper Connor Price, and others. They head to Colorado in a few days to record more podcasts, all in an effort to grow their reach and get their podcast into the heads and hands of more fans.
And it just so happens to also be our 1 year of podcasting. Wow. Let's go.
From Wahpeton, Kevin Wallivand, WDAY News.
We do have information on that. Also a link to their 60 episodes with this story at inform.com, including Dana Mox, who they have a talent. They
They're
did
so nice.
such a good job.
Such good. They're clutch.
Yeah.
They're such great kids. And we have the house.